Well. Georgia beat South Carolina 48-7? 7 points. Yeah, South Carolina finally scored a touchdown in the game. Georgia has given up now 1 touchdown through 3 games. Woo! I was hoping for the shutout. I really was. I was hoping. I knew when Georgia got the ball back with like 3 minutes left and they went 3 and out right there, I knew that South Carolina was going to go down and score. I just knew it was going to happen. Luke Doty came in the game in like the last 6 minutes. It actually gave him a little spark. He threw a touchdown pass. It was a blown coverage play. Wide receiver was wide open in the end zone. The DB was on our 6th string. So, congrats, I guess. Amazing moral victory for you there. It's just what it is. Congratulations on the 6th string DB that you scored that TD. That's what's up. That's what's up. 48-7. 48-7. Yeah, Stetson Bennett almost hit the 300 mark. He had 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Stetson yet to throw an interception, which is a miracle. Stetson is a legit Heisman contender. I mean, you cannot tell me he's not. Listen, I understand the Heisman Trophy is kind of a QB award, but Stetson has a rushing touchdown in each of the 3 games so far. He has, I believe he has 5 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns on the year. So 8 all-purpose through 3 games. I mean, obviously he doesn't have a whole lot of touchdowns. He has, like I said, 5 passing. I think he had 2 against Oregon. He had 1 against Sanford and then 2 against South Carolina. But I believe he should be in the Heisman contention. I think he is like 2nd or 3rd in the Heisman right now. I do believe at the end of the year he will be one of the finalists. He will be invited to New York. Even if he doesn't win it, that is still an amazing accomplishment just to be invited. Anyway, Georgia beats them. Just a dominating, suffocating game from Georgia. They just absolutely beat the will to live out of Carolina very early. And that's kind of what Georgia just absolutely they just attack you first and deplete you. And like I said in my last video, the halftime report, the South Carolina fans were leaving at the beginning of the 2nd quarter. Like almost the whole student section cleared out. And that's alarming. That's alarming. So it's kind of a weird game. The fans were leaving when the score was, I think, 21-0. Listen, it's 21-0. You're acting like it's 35-0 the first quarter. Look, the game was still in contention. South Carolina could have found a way to come back. It's extremely possible. They could have found a way to come back. But, however, they did not. They did not. Like I said, they did get the last touchdown at the end. You know, I figured it was going to happen when Georgia went 3 and out on Georgia's 3rd string offense, went 3 and out. Carson Beck with a touchdown today, too. I will say this. Carson Beck and Stetson Bennett both are better than last year. That's crazy. Carson Beck will be a senior next year. So, Carson Beck will be if he transfers, I'm going to cry if he transfers. Listen, Carson Beck has extremely elevated his playing from last year. The guy just looks better. The guy, every time he came in the game, every time he came in last season, he always ended up throwing a pick. Yeah, he threw up 3 or 4 interceptions just coming in to play garbage time last year. Well, this year he's got like 2 or 3 touchdowns so far. Carson Beck is throwing touchdowns, and he's playing really good. He even had some good runs today too. And so I'm honestly excited for next year. Regardless of what happens this year, I'm excited for Carson Beck in 2023. It's going to be exciting. Kendall Milton, he could come back. I would love for Kendall Milton to come back. If not, it's going to be a Dejon Edwards and Branson Robinson show. If not, because Kenny's gone. But I really want Kendall Milton to come back. I hope he does. We're still going to have all these wide receivers. We're still going to have Ladd McConkey and A.D. Mitchell. We're still going to have Brock Bowers. Darnell can come back. And Darnell be dumb to leave. He needs another year. But there is so much potential with this offense next season that people not really looking at right now. But you think about it, we're going to lose Kearis Jackson. Kearis Jackson, he's had a really, underperforming career. So, I mean, and I'm not, knocking Kearis. The dude's a great ball player. But you think about all of our offensive production, really all we're going to lose is Kenny McIntosh. And that should be worrying people right now. I mean, honestly, you think about Kenny McIntosh isn't even the best running back on the team. The guy is just absolutely he's getting played really well in the receiving game. He's receiving really well. He's one of the leading receivers. I think he is the leading receiver on the team. Well, Brock might have passed him today, but either way, Kenny was the leading receiver coming into this game as a running back. The guy has had almost had 100 yards. Excuse me. He's almost had 100 yards receiving each game. So, it's what it is. 2023's offense. 2023, man, that's a year. I'm excited for next year. I was a little nervous about this year. But based off what I'm seeing, Georgia just looks like the best team in the country. I mean, they do. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Georgia fan. I'm saying that because I've watched Clemson play. I've watched Alabama play. I watched Ohio State. Yes, those teams are obviously all the better teams. Even USC can be put in this category. But nobody is dominating as well as Georgia right now. And that is what I need people to understand. Is Georgia is the only consistent team so far through college football. And that's how it was last year. Now Georgia has not been tested yet. We have not played a team that's tested us. Now, Spencer Rattler did hit a couple. He hit one deep ball, and I think Luke Doty hit one deep ball late in the fourth. But other than that, Georgia has not been tested. Secondary has not really been tested. Well, yes, they have. I mean, they have, but it's not been like crazy tested. And Georgia will face that. We got to play Tennessee. We got to play Mississippi State. Now, I'm not so much as worried about that Mississippi State game because one of the only reasons I was worried was because of the air raid offense and it being at Mississippi State. Well, obviously, away games don't really affect the Dogs. So now that Mississippi State game, if it could be a night game, it could be a 3:30 game. I am hoping it's not a night game. I'm hoping it's a 3:30 game. Georgia's schedule is backloaded. And we're kind of thankful for that. That way we can kind of get, if we have any kind of kinks and, some issues we can get them settled out. We got Kent State next Saturday. Kent State, 12 o'clock on the SEC Network Plus and on the ESPN Plus. Then we have Missouri. And then we have, I think, Auburn and then Vanderbilt. Okay. Auburn, that's probably the toughest team of those next four games. And then we play, I think, Kentucky, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi State. That is a 4-game gauntlet right now, based off how everything's shaping out. Kentucky and Tennessee. Now, I believe we will beat Kentucky, no problem. I think, even though Kentucky is a top 15 team, top 10 team, I think we will beat Kentucky. I am a little bit worried about Tennessee and Mississippi State. That is really the only 2 games on the schedule I am kind of worried about. But I just need to see how we continue to play. Vanderbilt does have a nice quarterback. He's a very good quarterback, but Georgia is just really good. And obviously, they can stop that. Missouri's kind of a dumpster fire. Like I said, we got Kent State this next Saturday. So, Tennessee does play Florida this next Saturday. So, we will find out some more things about Tennessee. If Florida wins this game, it will pretty much kills Tennessee's chances of winning the East. But if Tennessee beats Florida and goes 4-0, well, Tennessee, they got to beat Akron first. Tennessee should beat Akron today. But if Tennessee does beat Florida next week and go 4-0, that will be pretty huge for the Vols. And we'll see how that goes from there. I am currently watching this Oregon-BYU game. I might turn on the Alabama-ULM game, just kind of get a little peek at it. Also, Auburn-Penn State's playing. But Oregon putting a whooping on BYU right now. They dominating the game. So, maybe that 49-3 win looks pretty good. But yep, Georgia beat South Carolina 48-7. My prediction was 45-10, so pretty close. But I figured we win that. I figured Carolina would get a touchdown. I didn't think it would be a garbage touchdown. I thought they would actually score legitimately, but what an overthrow. My goodness. Well, we'll see what happens against Kent State.